Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this? What is it? Sorry, I'm gonna open the curtains so I can see outside, the outside world, as opposed to the inner. All right. How's everyone doing, huh? I'm doing this podcast on. I hope you can hear me because I'm a little away, not away, sorry, a little distant from the microphone. And is this shirt too small? Me and my wife got this when we were down in Houston, Texas. All right. Um, Once again, I have to say thanks to my family and friends for well wishing about my mother-in-law. She's okay. Without going too much into family, life and details, right? But my wife, obviously, she's in the mountains, Gilgit. That's where she grew up. That's where I grew up before her. And she is caring for her mom, and fingers crossed. So that's all. And then guess what the fuck happens with me? I've started having this stupid, numbness in this index finger, my left. Weird. And now I feel a little bit of like pain in my shoulder somehow, somewhere. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck that is, right? And even when I'm driving and I feel it, I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? All this, sir, your body is falling apart. Well, I'm not that old. I'm 52. I was just at my sister's place because my dad actually left. He is getting on the plane to go to Islamabad as we speak, and I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is, so I'm gonna get a fucking X-ray done tomorrow at my old physical therapy place because they have those machines. Because if it's a numbness, again, I don't want to sound like a whining bitch, but just like I had that fucking sciatica down in the leg, right, at the calf, which is sort of like gone now because of the injection, right? Now this shit. I don't know, man. Life is just full of sometimes not good surprises, unfortunately. You know, and these are what the hell am I trying to say? These are our bodies, and every part has its own shelf life. So you have to be careful. If you are above 45, man or woman, you know, you have to be careful about your body injuries, because the problem is, without stating the obvious, if your body is going to start having these problems, especially nerve and whatever the fuck it is, right, dude? At an early age, that's not good. You have to be careful. Physical fucking injuries are not good. I didn't have an injury for this one or even sciatica because it's just like the my leg sciatica, but without ranting and without rambling too much, disc bulge. Yes, I hope this is not another one of those upper discs, right, of the fucking spinal cord. You know, um, I don't know. I was just hoping this year would be painless, you know. But what can you say? In the grand scheme of things, this is all part of life. All right, and when something like this happens, right? And when and if, all right, I'll say when and if you think about, your body, like all of us do, in our mind as some sort of a software that's created by our brain, right? So that is something. I mean, our mind sometimes make us feel like we are more than our bodies, right? That we have some connection to the universe through our invisible antenna. I mean, I understand that if you take a psychedelic and you realize that, oh shit, we are actually connected to this universe through other fucking means. All right? Right? That's something that your brain creates, your mind creates. Either or, all right? Um, but then this shit happens, right? Like your body start creaking and your bones are fucking falling apart, right? Then all that like connection to this universe, connection to this fucking planet, and all that somehow start disappear. That's what I feel like. You know, what the hell am I trying to say here is maybe we are just our bodies. There's nothing more to it. If you think that way from a very reduced point of view of life, it's our bodies. That's what we are. We are human machines. You know, it's just biological machines, and that's becomes more and more obvious to us when we go through these fucking problems in our life. All right, I'm not trying to be philosophical here and, find some sort of a, you know, remedy, like a pseudoscience, whatever it is, right? But if there is some physical pain, then you know, it's just our physical bodies, all right? Well, what the fuck am I stating the obvious? I guess what I'm trying to say is that it just, I mean, I said this from last year when this nerve problem started having. I was started having that fucking problem, right? And I'm like, all right, well, this is no more than three-dimensional, human body problem. It's nothing spiritual. It's nothing. Yeah, it should make you a little more humble, right? Especially for me. And then now, I'm thinking that my fucking, like I get worked up and all this, and maybe it's because of this. And if you look up, and I don't want to fucking go on and on about this, but I think left side of my whole fucking body, left limbs and the whole left, I think somehow I had a problem from the beginning and now it's getting exposed with fucking old age, which is not good, you know. And yeah, man, you gotta be careful. You gotta be fucking careful. And all right, that's it. That's my rant on human body and its shelf life and how limited, you know, it can make you. Hopefully not. I hope everyone out there is healthy and no health, no body issue, no problems, and just just a thought. okay, just a thought that, yeah, we all have to go at some point in time, right? One day or another day. And so, what does that make you feel like? If it's really comes to that point, because I think even at my age, I still feel, and I think this is a very natural instinct, that I still feel that I'm going to live here forever, all right? Or this life is just, you know, going to continue as if nothing has happened until this shit happens, all right? That's all I'm saying. And then the stresses of other, if you have other stresses in life and, financial issues, that like this fucking issue with my apartment, and, we have to pay the fucking HOA plus the spatial assessment and all that shit, you know, that also doesn't help. I think just in the general well-being of our mind, and, and also our body, it's all connected, obviously, through these nerves and, other parts. And then you start thinking about, all right, I gotta reduce these fucking stresses, all right? The apartment thing, I understand it's not only for me, it's for everybody. So unfortunately, it's a fucking hole in the pocket, all right? Thanks to our, you know, board and whoever was involved from the fucking beginning, all right? And work stress is also there. Sometimes you have to get things done, but it's okay. I mean, this has always been there. I think you want to basically reduce. Am I basically turning this fucking podcast into some sort of a suggestional, you know, like lifestyle, sort of like, living your life stressless? I'm not doing that. I'm sorry if I'm doing that. All right. I'm just saying, I'm just telling myself, what can I do to not think about other fucking, you know, things in life that can give us, you me, not us, you me. And yeah, I mean, now my wife is part of my life. I'm part of her life. That we can reduce so we can live our lives in a little more peaceful manner. That's all. That's all, universe, I'm asking for. Please give me some tranquility. All right, everyone. What else is going on? It's holiday weekend is over. I mean, Labor Day is over. What did you guys do? And yesterday I was actually stressed out, and I was kind of depressed all of a sudden. I was thinking about this thing, and now also the biggest thing, that my wife is not here, so I feel that void. After getting bonded with her for in the past 6 months in our home, here. Uh, and that also kind of like makes me, in a way, feel that, feel the abrupt change, right? But obviously, this is something that I have to learn. I have to learn all these things, because I never really had a relationship. And so all these things are new for me. And I mean, she's a little more, you know, subsided in her mind and all that when it comes to these things. I think also because females are, although in some other ways, females can be fucking crazy, right? But she's not. she, at least she's more grounded. That's what I mean. She understands, and I had to understand that. Because now I feel like I miss her. Too much as the days go by. You know, and I don't mean to say that I'm back to being that fucking lunatic. I don't want to. You know, enough living alone for such a long fucking time. Somebody said that, I think that on a TV show, that this life is not to live alone. I think if you can find somebody, and but that's, and again, I've beaten this horse to death about, okay, so how can you find someone that you really, you know, are into, and they are into you. And I got lucky, uh, with my relationship with my wife, but there are not a lot of people out there who are lucky like me. And so I had to be a little more humble, even though she's away, but she's away for a few weeks, hopefully, and then she'll be back to home. So that's one thing, and I just had to get used to all these things. And I don't want to be out in fucking bars on Saturday night and fucking no. Okay, I get it. I mean, and I get it that. What is it? You get it, sir? Well, football season is starting, right? This fucking Thursday, and I was out for a bit on Monday. Monday was Labor Day. Our plans changed a couple of times, but in any case, I don't want to go into the past events. So I met up with some friends. They are younger than me, so they are into this fantasy thing, right? Fantasy football, pickup and drafting and all that. I'm like, please, you know, if I could, I'll watch some games on Sunday. Okay, maybe one game, and if it's especially if I have to pick a team, right? I don't have a team. I was thinking about Buffalo Bills as my team because again, I went to upstate New York, right? And they're a New York team, right? And I'm on the East Coast, obviously Northeast, right? Still up here, alive, even though it is fucking body problems are all right. But um, I don't want to go back to that fucking lifestyle, because the problem is that this weekend, right? This weekend you are alone. And what the fuck do you do? I mean, for how long? For how many weeks you can be by yourself? And but in any case, no, I don't want to go back to that fucking lifestyle. And I had already cut down. Um, Going out and all that. I'm doing a lot of. I'm sorry, it's 10:30, and I just didn't have enough sleep last night either. So I had to basically just cut this podcast short. And again, I hope you all are having a great beginning of the week. Is it the middle of the week? This is Wednesday, so it's middle, right? It's a short week. Many people are still away. And the other thing that makes us sort of depressed, and again, what the fuck are you doing, sir? You're not turning this podcast into like, you know, advice for life or advice for living life. I'm just saying that, the chemical levels in our fucking brains also, especially depletion of, those nerve, whatever endings, whatever they are, right? In the serotonin and all that. And I feel that this fucking alcohol does that too, right? Especially if you're out drinking, until like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning, right? The next day you feel like shit because it depletes your whatever dopamine and your feel good uh, neurotransmitters, right? And then the fucking real physical, like the hangover. That's the other fucking problem. Right? But in any case, so all right, everyone. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Because my wife is going to be calling me. I think she's in the mountains. Obviously, she wakes up early, which is good. You know, it's fresher air. It's less pollution. You can see the stars. Uh, so that's what she's doing. Take care of her mom, and and I'm hearing this fucking what do you call the metal factory, the scrap metal factory, the noises. I hope you are not hearing that shit. This is also another stressor, for us, for me and my wife, because this is just constant fucking, 24-hour operation. And again, I had to blame myself to an extent that I should have looked into this. I just relied 100% on my real estate guy when I was buying this. In any case, all right, everyone. All right, enough of like me complaining and yes, I'm just admitting my own fucking mistakes in life. And now I got to do the damage control, whatever I got to do. Other than that, anything else is happening in the whole fucking world? I have no fucking idea. I'm just gonna upload the podcast. It's 10:30, and I'm gonna watch something, maybe a movie or show. I watched a couple of movies yesterday. Um, Tom Cruise movie. I think I told you guys, right? Mission Impossible, which actually saw last week, last week actually. I think Friday. And that's a great fucking movie. Oh my fucking god. Tom Cruise does his own fucking stunts. Alright? Watch it. And yeah, that's about it. That's my ranting and podcast for this week. I don't have anything else. Nothing really. I mean, oh yeah, so me and my friend and a couple of friends, we went up to Bear Mountains on Saturday, and then I played golf on Sunday, you know, with my folks in Staten Island. That was nice. And then my brother-in-law's car breaks down. My fucking god. And then the day before, right? My friend who came to pick me up, his Jeep had problems. All right, so it was like a fucking roller coaster of like fucking car problems. Hey, my car's okay, except my fucking shoulder has a problem now. All right, everyone. So with that, I'm gonna close my podcast, Kid Coast, and I'll see you all next week.